Good morning. I'm hoping, against hope, let's cross fingers that my sound is working. It's saying that my producer USB microphone is working, and it is, the little movement is happening with, the technical stuff. So, uh, psychic.online. I have had some other technical issues this morning, as in the power went off at our place whilst I was having a shower. So by the time I discovered on the switchboard it was one switch that had flicked, and it happened to be the power points and the light bulb lights. So it took a bit to restart the computer, hence that's why I'm late. So that's the explanation. I am sending this off to the Facebook page, my profile, YouTube. Now I can't remember which other ones I'm sending it to. I know there's a place I can look at to find that. Oh, there it is. So, it's only 2 destinations that I can post to. My YouTube and my Facebook page. Oh, that's posting. It's being transmitted out to the usual, including the Soul software. It should be the Soulpreneurs app. So in the Lenormand card space there, I have got a link for it somewhere. So I might put that again in. I think it's in the description actually. If you've got the opportunity or ability on a phone or wherever you might find it, to pop across to there and join in. The more that are there, I will be gradually switching a lot of my stuff to the Soulpreneurs app for the live streaming and, chats and lessons and stuff. So, good morning, Corinna. Lovely to have you here. I can see that you've placed your comments. Wonderful to have that there. It confirms that something's working right. And there's the link for the psychic.online. And you are mentioning, Corinna, that yes, you can hear me. Good. That's lovely. I'm pleased about that. And we've got Kerry Ann just popped in. I know that there are time delays with how you send your message. I get it uploaded to me and I see it and then respond. I think it's around about it can be a 10 to 15 second delay, which makes it 30 seconds delay by the full turnaround, etc. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for being here. We're here for the cards. So did I say I'm rosboundy psychic medium for those who don't know me? Bringing a daily Lenormand card spread reading to you. Can't remember if I did that usual intro. So here we go. Tap into your psychic abilities and your spiritual connections here. There we go. We've got the cards at the right size already. Oh, forgot to get my owl card out and all the fuffles this morning. So here we go with the owl card, and we'll read that and place it straight away. Every day is a new life to a wise person. And you see that snow. Wow, doesn't it look so gorgeous with the owl on it? And we did have frost last night. It is still really, really, really cold here. Not pleasantly either. It's actually quite chilly. Looking out, there's still a little bit of ice on the grass. So, yes, very cold. And Ray Wen, good morning to you. Beautiful soul. Absolutely lovely to see you all here. Now that we've got that one, the owl down, this is the Fairy Tale Lenormand card deck for those who may not have seen it. I'm concentrating on this one for a while until I can become a little more familiar with some of the backstories of what is behind the artistry and where are the fairy tales. I still haven't looked up some of them. And we're going through via reading the guidebook to find out what those fairy tales are, because I don't know until I learn them too. It's the one time where I've been most frequently accessing the guidebook. So, and that is this cute little guidebook that is a copy of what is the front cover of the box. So here we go. We're in the fan spread. This is how I'll be doing them into the future for the moment, time being. So what we've got is the bear being that is the strength of this reading with the supporting fins, fans, the parts of the fan that are the birds, the whip and the garden. So consider it in that vein of how we are looking at these cards. Now, birds is the first one, and that is keywords for the birds is comings and goings, small problems, verbal communications, misunderstandings. Now, if we can pan in really close, we might get to see a little bit of the detail. I'll do that. I will move this around for that. You can see quite a bit of detail in this by zooming into it. There are other little birds popping in and out here. You can't see quite the detail, but it's quite a little flock of birds. You can just see the shadow of one in the tree there and a face as well. So with that bird that is, well, obviously trying to gain attention and a communication there. So birds are about communication. So the fairy tale for this is how the king of birds was chosen. All right. I might list all of these one day in a short précis so that we can, you can have those as part of doing some research. How the king of birds was chosen. It's a main story that describes how the Quetzal, a plain brown bird, campaigned to be king of the birds. He convinced the beautiful but shy roadrunner to lend him his feathers. When the Quetzal was chosen because of his borrowed finery, he failed to return those feathers. Due to this problem, the roadrunner now hides and watches all the comings and goings of the other birds. He wants to communicate with the Quetzal, but the king of birds flies too high. All of the birds in the background of this card represent just how badly things can go awry when too many beaks are involved. So notice where the birds come up for you. Make sure you truly understand what it is that they want to say and what is being said to you. Perhaps you can avoid any misunderstandings simply by paying close attention to those around you. I'm just interpreting a little bit so that it's not just the cards that we're talking about here. Okay, so the communications that we're looking at right now. And with the whip is the one we're looking at right now. And I'm just going to get rid of some notifications there. And the whip is card 11. Let me move across to that one. Ooh, my fingers are quite cold. It's pretty hard to turn the pages of this tiny little book. Right, so the key words for the whip are anger, conflict and self-punishment. So are we looking at potentially these birds bringing in some conflict or supporting the awareness that we have around not creating conflict? And the whip being keywords of that, the anger, conflict, self-punishment in the story of the magic turban is the story for this one. Okay, it's a younger brother makes his elder brother angry by stowing away on a ship. He's left behind on a foreign shore as punishment. So in his journey to find his brother, the younger boy finds three men arguing fiercely over three magical items, a turban, a whip and a carpet. He tricks them so that he can steal these items and then uses them to return to his brother. This whip reminds you that we sometimes let anger drive us. So rage is at the heart of the issue when the card shows up. Has someone caused you to lose your temper? Are you punishing yourself for something you did or someone else did? Watch out for the conflict in your world that's fueled by fury. So whether you willed it or not, it can bring turmoil. So there's the awareness of, I feel that this one is creating that awareness of, what's happening around you. Have that closer look. And, communication can sometimes smooth that over. You'll be seeing as the day wears on, I would think. And let's have a look. Raywin's comment there. Oh, thank you. That's not to my comment. Thank you. And here we go from Sandra. We all seem to know. We all have an opinion too when it comes to groups and communities and everything like that with regards to the birds and communication, isn't it? Now we're going to go over to the garden line. Let's see what the garden brings, and I'm just going to move that over to there so we've got more of a view on that. Hopefully we can see more of that detail. I know with the camera, the way that my camera behaves, it's not a good idea to hold it up because it doesn't seem to focus anyway. So the garden, the keywords are friends, festivities, acquaintances and gatherings. So I would say that with these being the precursors to this, the garden, that there is going to be something today for you that's a group gathering of sorts, and the opportunity to have a chatter with people from the sound of it. I'll just pop this one up, Sandra. Oops, where'd that go? We all seem to know the Christian Andersen fairy tale, so it's interesting to learn other nationalities' fables and stories. It is, isn't it? It's wonderful. That's why I decided I'd do this in a little more detail. Yes, it's going to take a little more time, but it's always here as the opportunity to finish watching in replay as well. So that's what I like about the technology we've got. It's just so, well, it is advanced. It's just so eye-opening in the ways that we can use it. The same as, some of these are so eye-opening in how we can interpret them. So with friends, festivities, acquaintances and gatherings, we take this from the Oscar Wilde. We learn about the selfish giant is the story with this one. And you can just see a giant in there tucked behind that tree. Okay, so he has a beautiful garden but won't allow anyone to enter. So because he refuses to let the children in, the garden remains in winter. The giant finally hears a bird singing. When he looks out, his garden is beginning to bloom again because one brave child has crawled into the garden through a hole. The giant learns that having friends is the key to living a good life. Once he has begun to open his garden and his heart to others, he realises how much he gains from his friends and neighbours. This card reminds us of the importance of community. It can indicate a festive time of friends and family gathering. For specific timing needs, this can be a Sunday, which we've had recently. This card is sometimes also called park and may feature a public place where people gather. There's many of those throughout Adelaide. I know quite a few parks that you can that are open to the public that you can gather for picnics and things like that. So that's for the 3 in the fan. I'm just trying to move that around, and let's shrink it back down a little just so we can get the full picture of the fan. Because what we're reading now is these supporting cards. Yes, there might be some trouble and problems with our communication and delving into angry moments or whatever, but it can also be resolved with that his community sharing what is that load of concerns and being able to bring it together so that we have the bear being this strength in our day to day at card number 15. And this is the story with the keywords protector, strength, maternal instinct and authority. So it is Rose Red and Snow White's mother allows a bear into their home. So this is this story. I don't have an actual label for this one, so it might be part of the older version of Snow White. I don't know. She's a strong woman. She has no fear of the bear. The girls play with the bear, who in turn becomes their friend and protector. So the 2 girls encounter an ungrateful dwarf who has stolen the bear's treasures. They see the bear kill the dwarf, but then the bear shapeshifts into a handsome prince. Because Snow and Rose kept his secret, he marries Snow and his brother marries Rose. It was the mother's initial instinct to trust the bear that had led the girls to their new lives. This reminds us that maternal instinct is strong. Due to her allowing the bear in, his friendship to the girls brought them a fierce guardian and eventually loving husbands. The bear card reminds us of the strengths of a mother's heart. So let your own intuition as a parent stand you in good stead in times of trouble. If you're not a parent, look to those who who served as guardians in your life. So this card can also point towards jealousy and envy and all those types of emotions and feelings. But someone may have the heart of a greedy dwarf that's close around you. That's what that might be, an awareness around. But it could be, this is saying in the guidebook, consider the bear a cautionary tale. But I think the bear is also that more feminine, the nurturing, that is the strong mother instincts. And it really is holding together those around us that may be wanting some conflict, but we're moving through a piece, through one hole to another, to open up that is really good communication, joy and happiness in how this garden is blooming, how the park is a beautiful place to meet together and really enjoy life. Find that is the common, but also understanding that is the uncommon amongst us. So that's what I'm feeling around these cards for this morning, now that we've eventually managed to be here. So thank you for your patience and for joining me again. Thank you so much for those who do the Buy Me a Coffee and the the readings. I really enjoy what I do. I thank you for all of that love and attention, really, and sharing, because it's not just a one-way street. I fully appreciate and love you being here. Thank you. So keep being the best you that you can be, and keep moving together forward in whatever way you can with those around you. And I love this that you've shared here too, Sandra. Look beyond the cover. The most intriguing books have plain covers. Be the best version of you no matter what other influences are in play. Absolutely, and that's how I close off too. Be the best you. Keep doing that. Thank you, Sandra. Wonderful, wonderful way of putting it. Thank you, Corinna, and thank you, Kerry Ann. Lovely to have you all here, and those who are going to be watching in replay. Namaste.